welcome to YourSpit.com, a platform for you to say whatever it is you want to say, whatever it is you want to spit, regardless of that. Today we'll be following our own correspondent, Bubbles McCoy, and a new investigative reporter who is coming from far, far away in order to tackle the issue of global warming. I hope you are enlightened.
Hey, Mr. Pangloss.
Oh, Bubbles, it's good to see you.
Howdy, y'all. My name is Bubbles McCoy, and boy, do I have some footage for you. During my past week with Mr. Pangloss, I've been exposed to a totally different side of global warming. Whether it exists is not even a question in his mind. The question at hand, or flipper, is why are we doing anything at all to stop this great phenomenon from going down?
Welcome to your interview from YourSpit.com. My name is Bubbles McCoy, here with Mr. Pangloss, our overseas consultant during National Awareness Month, here to talk about global warming. Mr. Pangloss, thank you for being with us.
My pleasure.
Once again, we really appreciate your visitation. Now, our viewers have been really curious, what brings you to this side of the world?
Well, as you already know, Bubbles, I'm here to discuss the issue of global warming and how it's affecting me and my kind.
You mean with increases in global temperature, you guys are about to experience the same stuff the polar bears experience?
Oh, quite the contrary, my friend. I'm actually most concerned about how the recent effects in trying to stop global warming could affect my kind. You know, between George Clooney and Al Gore making who knows how much money trying to stop global warming, I'm quite concerned about how this will change the course of events and change history and keep penguins from receiving the environment that they deserve. Who wants ice and cold and snow? Honestly, though.
And your parents, how do they feel, you know, being 15 and away from home for the first time?
Well, my parents, lovely people really, but like most of my kind, they really don't see how this is truly going to affect us. They, of course, you know, want the cold and the ice and the snow, something about thousands of years of evolution. I actually have a picture of my parents that I took right before I left.
Dude.
Here's my father.
Slobby, do you mind
Yeah, bring it in here.
getting a close-up of these, please?
Here's my mother. And as you can see, George Clooney, Al Gore, the rest of humankind that's trying to stop global warming, I demand an explanation for these shenanigans. Humans, what do you have to say?
With that said,
And so with this question,
Mr. Pangloss
I'm
and I are going
concerned
to
for
go
the efforts
find
that
out what we all have to
humankind
say
is
about
putting
these
into stopping global
shenanigans.
warming.
My name
Mr.
is Waldo
Pangloss set out to
Huggleby.
find
How are
explanations
you doing?
for
And I have a few
worldwide
questions for
shenanigans.
Mr. Waldo.
Beginning his journey in the horticultural gardens,
First of all,
Professor Waldo
I hear there's
Huggleby's
been some rather
laboratory.
recent activity in the fight against global warming.
Well, we've accomplished a lot back in '95, actually. Plankton indirectly fuels the climate of the Earth. And we figured this by some research we did in '95, several professors in the UCs, a couple of NASA scientists as well, and so have I, but funding has been pulled for that. We actually believe that dimethylsulfidopropionate that is produced by the cell walls of the plankton when UV rays hit them aids in cloud formation, which could potentially dilute the atmosphere, which is warming so greatly, and thus stop global warming completely.
You mean this could possibly stop global warming? You mean people are going to actually be doing this to stop global warming? This could be happening like tomorrow? Speak to me, Dr. Hugglesby. I need to know.
Well, unfortunately, funding for this research has been pulled, And secondly, we've had this information since '95, but we really haven't done much with it. As you can see, I used the sulfur to create apples a lot faster, some fertilizer. That's what we're working on right now. But until we push through the funding, I had a doubt I'm going to be working with plankton anytime soon.
So you mean global warming will just keep on happening? Is that what you mean, Doctor?
I hope not, but it looks to you that way.
Well, pleasure to meet you.
Hey, lad, have a good one.
You too.
Have a good one. Hey, you have a good one too.
We'll all have a good one if this continues. It is rather warm today, isn't it?
Hybrid. Is that one of those things to stop global warming?
This baby alternate gas. This baby does alternate battery. 1 and 1 put together means 30 miles to the gallon, buddy. 30 miles to the gallon in the city. You're pushing about 32 on the freeway. What do you think about that?
Well, lucky for me, it seems to be that all hope isn't lost in the fight against global warming. Not only have I seen through my discussion with Dr. Waldo Hugglesby that the ideas developed by world-class scientists are being ignored, but here too, in one of the largest industries in America, the car industry, of course, the idea of a hybrid is not all that it seems. The fact that these cars still only get 34 miles to the gallon is music to my ears, and I can see warm summers coming to the South Pole in no time.